up, guys? Bella and Grizz here with another The Truth Hurts.
Yo.
So this week we're going to be talking about gross outs, and this should be pretty well internationally acceptable, I would hope.
Things that are nasty.
Yeah. Things that really, really gross us out. Oh my god, we're going to sound really anal by the time this is over, because I think we've almost covered all of them.
Yeah. Anal is not on the list of gross outs.
Oh, but we could definitely. That story you told last week. We should have talked about that this week, with the fucking love beads or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That was horrible.
That's pretty
okay, so
nasty.
be prepared, guys, because you know Grizz has the nastiest sense of humor at times, and he may tell some pretty dirty ones. I don't know.
I'm gonna have to start doing stuff like this on my channel because.
Well, you know.
I try to keep my channel mostly PG rated, except
Yes.
I'll drop the F-bomb or something every once in a while, but
Right.
I don't get into
You have a lot of
like,
kids
the
watching.
nitty-gritty. Right,
Yeah.
yeah. I realize that I have some young audiences, but
Well, you're absolutely welcome to upload any of these videos to your channel, because I think people pretty much love them so far. So, okay, so let's hop into this. Let's talk about the first thing that grosses us out, just generally. I'm going to say farting, or farting in public, like other people farting, and wow.
what? It is disgusting, but why is it whenever you fart, it's funny? Isn't that true?
Right?
Every time you fart, you'll laugh, especially ones that aren't loud.
Unless you don't
and they
wanna get
drift
caught.
across the room. Yeah, those are hilarious, man. I remember being in stores with my mom, and then like she was like, "Come on, we gotta go," and I'm like, "What?" And then she's like, "I just farted," and then we'd sit back in another like clothes aisle and look back and watch people walk into the poo cloud.
Oh god.
Like-
Or like if you do fart in public, if it's you personally, you try to make it really quiet. You try to make no noise at all, especially if there's people around, but you know what they say about those quiet ones.
Yeah,
Silent but deadly.
I know.
And you're like, oh my god, if anybody walks up behind me right now, they're gonna have like hell to pay.
Oh my god! I remember when I was a little kid, and I was probably I'd say 9, and I went down to my parents' room to ask them something. I don't know, about breakfast or something. It was early morning; they were still laying in bed, and I just remember my dad looking at me. I'm standing in the doorway of their bedroom, looking at them. They're both laying in bed. And all of a sudden, my dad has this shit-eating grin on his look, and then fucking pulls the covers over my mom's head.
Oh,
and
no.
gave her a Dutch oven.
That's horrible.
She's under the fucking covers like,
Oh my god, that is disgusting.
He laughed so hard. I've never done that to anybody, but that was so funny to me as a kid. It just made
Has
my
he ever
day.
done that to you?
No, hell no.
You're like, I'll beat your ass. No, so like, but farting in public, like people that fart in public, like you could be at a movie theater and like the person in front of you, you know, they just let one because you could smell that shit, and they're like looking
that's
around.
That's the worst in
all
the theater
awkward.
because you don't know who the hell did it. And you're looking around for guilty culprits, you know?
Yeah, you're like, I know
You're like,
did
that doesn't
shit.
smell like popcorn. Who got the extra butter? Like, you're just trying to figure shit out, you know? But
Oh my god, another thing that's so nasty, like people that pick their boogers and furthermore eat them, and you
Yeah.
catch them doing it.
yeah.
And how awkward would it be if it was like actually a family member and you're like, oh my god, I've been
significant
giving
other,
you
like
or
that's-
something, yeah, and you're like,
Yeah, if
I've
it
been
was like
kissing
your
you all my
boyfriend,
life or
girlfriend
whatever.
or something. Yeah, that would be pretty fucking gross.
Oh my god. One day I was driving down the street. I was just driving down the road, and I stopped at a stoplight, and I looked over, and there was like an old man over there, and he had his pinky finger up his nose, and he was digging for gold, man. And then this little nasty
winner.
slimy one, and he pulled it out and looked at it, and I was like, what the fuck? And I'm like, and then he like just ate it. I'm like, oh
God.
my god, down the hatch. I think I almost ran the red light just to move away from his car.
I think George Carlin had a point like way back in the day, the comedian, and he's talking about anytime you pick something off your head or out of your nose, or it doesn't matter where it comes from.
Don't put it in your mouth.
Well, he doesn't say put it in your mouth, but he was saying that you've got to look at it.
Oh
But I
yeah,
mean,
everybody's
that's-
gotta check their
And
shit.
that's like taking a shit. When you get up, you look at your poo.
Well, I guess that's healthy. You gotta make
Right,
sure
you gotta
everything's good.
understand. Yeah, it's not entertainment purposes.
You're like, wow.
I guess
well,
it kinda,
I don't know after the shit
yeah,
you told me.
I guess it kind of
before.
doubles, but for the most part, you want to see. You want to make sure that you know your nose
Yeah.
isn't bleeding and you don't have some, you know.
Well, right. You to make sure you're all healthy.
But yeah, don't fucking eat
ingest
Who does
it.
that?
Who's gonna ingest it? And he did it right there in like traffic. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
And then I've seen other people, like redneck motherfuckers, they'll like pull out some nasty slime gadget out of their nose and then they like rub it down their pant leg. I'm like, you have never heard of tissues? Or
I love the hankies. My grandpa, I remember he had the
Oh.
hanky. How many times can you
they're
use
gonna
a hanky and still put it back in your pocket?
They're gonna blow it, and then whenever you start crying or something, they're like, "Here." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I'm run straight. I could just
dry
cry."
your tears with this.
Yeah. Okay, so we covered booger puckers. What the fuck did I just say? Okay, so we covered booger pickers and eating them. That's fucking disgusting.
Nasty.
It's so nasty. Okay, so what about another thing that really grosses me out? Now, for me, guys, it would just definitely gross me out if it was a girl doing it too. But people that are always adjusting their junk, like they're reaching up fucking their ass to pull out a wedgie or something, or they stick their hands down their ass, they're down there scratching something, or down the front or whatever, and that's bad enough that they just did that and they did not sanitize after, but they furthermore smelt their finger to check it.
I was gonna side with you for a minute until you brought up the smell thing, because as the guy audiences that are watching this know that, like, there's certain things, and women have them too, but like, guys, if your balls like stuck to your legs, you can do the little, you stick your foot out and you like shake it all about, you're doing like your own version of hokey pokey. Yeah, but that doesn't always work, so sometimes you gotta, lift the balls
I
up.
can understand
and then
that.
Sometimes you gotta pinch and roll, there's...
But as like... Okay, basically, I understand the one-time thing, but what about, like, if you're just obsessively touching yourself down?
Oh, yeah, I know a lot of guys
You can't stop moving that shit, and you're just... the guys are talking, and they're sitting there holding their dick, they're like, yeah, and I'm like, what are you doing?
It's gonna get up and grow legs and walk off.
Like, are you holding it down? The wind might catch it. I don't know. It makes you feel more manly. But, like, if you stick your hands down there, and then or, like, under your armpit, or any funky body part, and you're like... catching a smash.
I love that.
Stop.
I wish you guys could have seen that wafting right there. She just did. That was nice. But yes, I completely agree that.
Yeah, and then your nostrils like flare. You're like.
It's cool to check things you pick off and look at them, but you can't smell. You don't use all your senses each time you do something.
Right. Right.
You don't like. I'm pick this off my ass. Let me look at it, smell it, taste it, fucking listen to it, see if it tells me anything. Just. Fucking flip it.
Okay, well, I want to go back to the whole booger thing because I just thought of something else.
Oh, God.
Okay, so like you're in mid-conversation with someone, and all of a sudden they have to cough, much like I just did, and they cough, but you hear something come up. Mm-hmm. You're expecting them to go spit that out, or you're going to ask for a napkin. The motherfucker swallows it.
Yeah.
You just swallowed a mouthful of snot. You're not getting any fucking happy points from me. Like, like, that's disgusting. Or when they do that thing where they suck all the air up their nostril and it makes that little oinky sound that... I don't even want to do it to show you what I'm talking about, but I know you can imagine.
You would become part of the...
And you think they're going to, like, draw it back to, like, spit it out? No, they swallowed that shit too. You're like, really? This is your version of nose picking.
I know. just do a snot rocket. I mean, that's all you got to do,
Oh, my God.
They actually have that where somebody... I can't remember the guy's name, but they actually, like, dedicated the snot rocket, said, this guy invented the snot rocket. I've seen it somewhere. But
when you say snot rocket, I just visualize some fucking idiot, like, sitting there plugging one side of his nose and just like shooting snot out of his face and like that's disgusting. I've seen it done. Gross.
Yeah, I would rather snot rocket though than sit there and just get a whole mouthful of mucus and snot and
eat it up
and just swallow it down.
I mean, they do have snacks, people. You can go to the store. They have a thing called food there. So like we've covered the ass pickers. You were telling me something about people that sneeze because you close your eyes. You can't sneeze without closing your eyes. By the way, it's not possible. If you did, I think your eyeball might fly out or something.
I think that's a wives' tale. But anyway, most people will close their eyes when they sneeze, and a lot of times they'll sneeze and you'll see snot shoot out somewhere.
Well, it's a heavy force of wind.
Right. It's like
propelling from your facial cavities.
But you'll see like a big loogie land on their floor, and they didn't see it, so it's not like you can say, you gonna clean that up? You know what I mean?
That goes right along with the person that's like having a loogie and they cough and it just lands on your knee, and you're like, do I have to fucking touch that? I'll just let it like sit there. I don't want to touch this.
Yeah, that's
you're like,
fucking
what
nasty,
did you tell me you were gonna do with it if it did that to you?
We'll
let it dry up.
Yeah, we'll just let it dry up, flake it off for later. If anything's too wet, we just let it dry.
Yeah. But anyways, to what you were saying.
Oh no, I mean that's all I'm saying. Like, you know, if somebody hawks a loogie and stuff and it lands like in the middle of their floor or something like that, and then their dog comes by and licks them. Like, there's so many disgusting things. It's a domino effect, you know.
Right. Or
it's
like
a butterfly effect.
but you were talking about when they sneeze and the loogie comes out.
Yeah.
Because their eyes are shut and you're like.
Yeah, I mean.
They just sprayed everywhere. That's nasty. Okay, so there's certain things that you can and cannot use as a multi-use or a multiple person use.
Right.
You know, I would share a soda with you, honey, because, I mean, I love you and everything. But I swear to God, you ever take my toothbrush and put it in your mouth, me and that toothbrush is over.
Yeah, I mean.
It's going to be
if
yours.
If somebody uses your toothbrush, it's almost like they just scrub the toilet with it. Even though their mouth may be cleaner than yours. It's a mental thing. It's a fucking
mental thing.
It's all it is, because they say, what, a dog's mouth is cleaner than a human's mouth.
Yes.
And
if they lick your wound or whatever, it'll heal quicker or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's gross.
You just went way off.
I'm sorry. It was a random thought. You get me going.
Like, I just read up on my Uber facts today. But, no, but it is. It's disgusting. It's a mental thing, and it doesn't matter if you did, you know, brush your dog's teeth, clean the toilet. It doesn't matter. If anything happens to your toothbrush, it's
You're never
gone.
using it again. It's basically like me using my fucking dental floss and then being like, here, do you need to floss your teeth with it?
And the reason it's gross is because I've had this happen, I'm sure a lot of people have, is if you go on vacation with your family or you go and have a friend stay the night, they always grab your toothbrush by mistake, and you know it because you get up in the morning, you grab your toothbrush, and it's already wet.
Ew,
and you're like,
you know it was used.
You're like, it's been compromised. It's been tainted.
Another thing that I don't like the idea about sharing with people, like I said, I would share a soda with you, but if a little, like, a toddler or something has a drink of my soda, I feel like it is no longer drinkable.
Well,
because you know they just did the drool dance down your straw.
Or ABC gum. That grosses me out.
Ew. Yeah, that's nasty.
People that chew gum and then give it to their significant other. Even if you're making out and you get
swap the gum.
I mean, it's the exact same thing. You're already swapping spit. But again, it's a mental thing. You're chewing on their spit bubbles.
Who's
going to
be chewing gum while you're kissing? And even if you were, what about slobbery kissers? They're like all over your face. You're like, are you trying to eat my nose? I don't know what's happening here.
That's not
That's
cool
disgusting.
Either.
I don't want your
Take
drool.
some classes. It's really
I just
not
have
that
to
hard,
wipe my whole cheek and forehead off
classes.
when you're done. Yeah, practice on your wrist, people. Don't be drooling.
Practice on your wrist.
Did you ever do that when you were in school? Practice kissing? Girls did that.
No.
Well, I did.
Nope, I never practiced.
It's because I'm awesome.
There's no holes on your wrist. How do you practice on your wrist?
You just lick it. And you're just like,
Out of all the things you can lick and practice on, you chose your wrist.
Well, what else was I going to practice on?
I don't know.
My elbow? I mean...
Something...
That's the only thing. I wasn't going to practice on my foot.
Ew.
Ew. People that bite nails on their toenails and eat them or... Who does that with
That is absolutely disgusting. Just because, I don't even care if you got, like, athlete's feet or if you're, like, a foot model. I don't care. Don't chew your fucking toenails. It's nasty.
And don't be pulling your stinky ass foot out of your shoe in my house either. And if you don't know how to wear white socks, just don't take your shoe off, because I don't like people that wear, it grosses me out whenever a person is wearing shoes, they take them off, and their sock, you know, it used to be white, but that shit is fucking black by now. Like, you don't know how to clean your socks. I feel like you can tell the cleanliness of a person by the color of their socks or how clean that they are when they take their shoe off.
Yeah.
I'm picky about that shit.
You can tell a lot by a person by their shoes.
Yeah, or dirty shoes. I mean, no offense to people who don't have money, but even if you don't have money, just invest in some fucking baby wipes. They're like 99 cents. You can keep those shoes clean.
Or just a wet wash rag. I mean,
yeah, just clean your shoe. I mean, you don't have to be like brand new, but they could be clean.
We get so off topic.
Well, we're awesome, so nobody cares. Okay, so not washing hands before food. Preparation. Yeah. Like at a restaurant, you know they just came out the bathroom.
Yeah.
The fucking sink is not wet because you probably went in there to check.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
I've done that. I've gone in fast food and seen an employee walk out, and I'm like, motherfucker, you didn't dry the sink out because you're making $5.25 an hour. You don't care.
You just touched your penis, and now you're gonna touch my fucking lettuce? I don't think so. You're fired.
Yeah. That alone is no.
Ew. Or going over to somebody's house and you walk in and the fucking smell just knocks your fucking ass out.
Oh, yeah.
Like urine smells or any
pet
other?
odor is a big one on mine. I know a lot of people that have pets and their pets
Smells
just
like a
piss
skunk
anywhere.
or something.
Oh yeah.
That's fucking gross. I don't want to stay over and visit.
Oh yeah, they're like, you can stay another hour. Like, no, we gotta
I
go.
gotta go. We're out of here.
I got this thing at this
we
one
had
place
a
with this one
situation
guy.
like that when we went on vacation for our birthdays last
Yeah.
year, and we went over to somebody's house, and when we went in there, it was like, oh,
Yeah,
I just
about
ready to
knocked you
leave
down.
now, and you feel ill after the 3 hours
That
you
was
spent there.
nasty,
You feel
though.
ill.
Like-
I need fresh air.
Yeah, I took my shoes off and my feet were like sticking to the floor.
Yeah,
Like, I was like,
it
gross,
was disgusting.
man.
It felt wet and like mildewy.
Just like sat on the couch the whole time.
Like,
my
what did
feet
you
lifted
do?
up.
Sit there and piss in the same spot all day and just like spread that shit? You don't know what you can't invest in some fucking vacuum
That's
cleaner.
fucking
or,
gross. That's probably
That's
the worst
disgusting.
I've ever seen. But anyway.
Right, that was horrible. What is another thing? Oh my god.
What?
Speaking of smelly shit, smells in a refrigerator.
Yeah.
You want to open up the refrigerator and you smell some funk ass shit and you're like, I'm not gonna go looking for that. I'm shutting the door. It can just stay there.
And everybody has this, man. Everybody has something in the refrigerator that they've left or forgot about. It doesn't matter.
A few
like,
days
if it's in the
goes
crisper
by,
or it just stinks
And the smell.
and you don't want to touch it.
You're
because
like, where's
now
my
it's-
baking soda? Stick that shit in there with the open bottle. That'll fix it.
It's easier to mask.
Yeah. Spray some perfume in the fucking refrigerator.
But once it hits that level of nastiness,
You're
you
not
no
gonna
longer
go
want to
look
touch it.
for Yeah, because you know if you track it down and find it, this means you must have to open it and then clean it.
And I've been at buddies' houses before, and I'm like, dude, your refrigerator stinks. They're like, yeah, but it's just mold, and just let it go, and it'll stop stinking after about a week. And I'm like, really? That's your plan of attack? Let it sit.
Okay, so like another thing that's really what?
I was just thinking about that. Go ahead.
Another thing that's really gross, like like people's mouths in general kind of just freaks me out. Like, I don't like to be slobbered on when they're kissing me. I don't like that, like, glazy, wet, ugh, that's gross. And then...
What the hell's glaze?
It's like this, like...
It's like a donut.
Slime! It's not a donut. It's like slimy and shit. It just makes you feel gross. You need to go wash your face. And when you start washing it, it's still slick. And you're like, fucking make it squeaky.
Somebody licked on the outside of your face?
Yes, I've had it happen before. It's like, why are you licking me? Are you a dog? I know I taste good, but shit.
Oh my god.
Okay, so that's gross. And then, like, if you're at a doctor's office or you're talking to somebody and they're really close to you, or a boyfriend, thank God you've never done this to me, but they're like talking and it's like halitosis and you're just like, oh, and you gotta turn your head and you don't want them to know that you're offended because it would be rude.
Right.
But how rude is it of them to be talking in my face with their shit? I'm like, you have shit on your breath. Like,
that's my bubble space. Get out of it.
Yes, I need my breathing room.
Yeah, anytime you're like doing it, you said like at a dentist office, but I've had people like barbers have cut my hair, and even females, and then to have like a 40, 50-year-old woman with her, sloppy floppies like
like at a salon when you get your hair washed.
And their boobs are right in your face and shit. You don't want those.
Oh my god.
And they're always in your face too.
Yeah. And like when
gross.
people are talking to you, if they're talking and like spit's like coming out of their mouth.
Yeah, and then they like go to like cut your hair and you can see all the hair under their armpits and stuff.
Oh
and you
my
smell
god.
their BO. Oh my god.
And hair on stuff. What about when you go to the bathroom at a restroom at a public place and there's like pubes on the toilet seat?
I don't know about the women's bathroom, but in a guy's bathroom, I'm pretty sure it's just expected at this point that there's just pubes.
Oh, everywhere.
Does anybody else pee the pubes off the lid?
Oh my god, Mike.
I mean, if they're on the urinal, I'll just shoot them back into the bowl.
And
I'm
like
there.
in the
I feel like I
women's
did a
bathroom,
service.
who's actually going to go and remove those hairs? Hell no, you're going to the next stall where there's no hair.
Yeah.
Hair-free zone. What about like when people are like gleeking and shit? That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, anytime people like, and the thing is a lot of times they won't know it. I'll have people just sit there and talk to me, and all of a sudden spit will shoot out from underneath their tongue and land on me, and they don't even know it. They won't skip a beat. They'll just keep going.
You're just
keep going.
like looking at you.
Yeah.
Like, are you gonna clean this off? Because I'm not touching it.
Yeah, or you go out to a nice restaurant and you sit down and somebody's like, "What did you have?" And all of a sudden spit like shoots out from underneath their tongue on your food, and you're like, "Really?"
Or whenever like a person is like talking and they've got like shit in between their teeth, and they're just like talking talking, and you like you
jerky.
can't stop looking at the thing in the big black thing in between their teeth, and you don't want to tell them because how embarrassed are they going to get? But then you have to sit there and look at them laughing with the shit in their teeth.
Kind of like a big old mole on their face.
Oh my god, with the hair growing out.
Mole. We've advanced in technology, people. If you have a big ass mole on your face, it's a little distracting.
That removed.
It's like the price of a 12-pack of Pepsi. Like, just go have the procedure done. It's an
freeze
in and
it
out.
off or whatever.
They're not going to keep you in there and, run tests
on you. Or
like,
people walking around, like, talking and shit. Like, they're sitting there talking, like a teacher or something talking to you, and they got a big-ass booger just hanging off of, like, the last hair at their nose.
I think
you don't even know what you want to do with it at that point.
I think that's hilarious. When they breathe and you see it.
Flick them.
When you see it, when they breathe out their nose and you see it lift up.
It's like moving.
Lift up, lift down. To me, that's hilarious. It's disgusting, but it's hilarious.
Ew.
But the thing that gets me is when you look back a few minutes later and it's gone. And
oh
you're
my
like,
god! Where did it go? Is it on me?
You're like, hold on, let me ask the teacher something. Then you're on a booger scavenger hunt and shit.
What about?
Like, can I borrow your stapler? Hold on, let me lift up this paper. Where did it go?
Ew, or people that have like nasty acne on their face. Mm-hmm. Oh my god, and it looks like it's getting ready to, like, explode. Yeah. You're, like, ducking at this point because it's just so big and white. You know something about to happen.
Yeah, I was telling you that story earlier.
Like, don't you know how to wash your face? I mean, I know you have acne and all, but they have medications for that. They have shit. And they have a thing. I mean, well, yeah. And there's also, like implements, otherwise known as tools, that you can, like, pop them and safely and effectively without scarring your face. You don't have to be walking around with some shit looking like it's ready to, like, go on, like, some C4 explosion and shit. I don't know.
Danger close, motherfucker.
Danger close, motherfucker. Get some sit rep on that shit. I'm
gonna see that coming through a wall. Oh my god,
that's horrible.
But yeah, I was telling you a story earlier. When I was like 14, I was reading a Playboy. Yeah, I read them. Do you?
Ew, the pages that stick together because the spood.
Yeah,
the
that's
spooty.
The spooty. I can't believe you called it spooty.
It's spooty.
I've heard of spoo, but not spooty. Spooty's like a name for a dog. Come here, Spooty.
We're never naming our dog Spooty.
Okay. Well, damn it. But so I'm like 14. I'm like reading like the Playboy diaries or whatever. And
you know why there's sticky Spooty in the page?
Yes,
you know
I'm pretty sure that they've got that.
I just can't stop thinking about it. Has it ever happened to you?
Yes, it's happened to me.
Did you ever do one?
No, I don't make a big mess like that. I keep the page down, so, I've got my own system. Don't worry about it.
All right.
This is back in the day. Now they just use computers. They don't even have it.
Back
pages
to the
anymore.
acne.
Now it's like my fucking space bar sticks. But anyway, so so yeah, I'm reading this Playboy diary, and this woman in it was talking about how important it is to keep your face clean. Because her and her boyfriend were getting hot and heavy, and sometimes they, your boyfriend or girlfriend, they'll be playing around, they'll bite you on the arm or on the ass or wherever.
Ooh, I like it when you bite me in the ass.
Yeah, I know you do. But but she apparently bit her boyfriend in the cheek, and he had really bad acne, so all the pus shot in her mouth.
Oh my god!
Yeah, so that's kind of disgusting.
That's more than kind of disgusting. You just got fucking, what's it called? What's that shit called? What is a puzzle called?
A puzzle?
What is a puzzle?
That's an apostle?
No, it's called something.
An infection?
It's like a plasma or something that's in there. Like
I don't know.
The fucking innards.
I'm not Bill Nye. But anyway. God. So yeah, I mean, that to me is a little bit more unsettling than somebody farting, you breathing in their asshole molecules settling in your lungs. I would rather have that than somebody's pus in my mouth. So
yeah. I think we should just end it on that note because I feel like I'm gonna be sick.
Are we out of stuff?
Well, I don't know. I'm sure we could come up with some more shit just off the top of our head.
Oh.
Okay, well, here's one right off the top of my head. Nasty fucking people that come into your house. They weren't nasty till they came in your house because they took off their shoes and socks and they start, like, picking their toes and, like, getting their toe jam and they're rolling it in their finger and then they flick that shit in your floor. Motherfucker, what did you just do that?
I've never done that, but I've stepped on toenails and I hate that. I'm like, what was that? And then you look at the toenail,
or they're
you're like, whose toenail's this?
Right, there's a toenail on the table.
We gotta match them up. I need a toe lineup.
Let me see your toes. Let me see your feet.
Who's been clipping?
Oh, are people that cut their toenails and then just let them fly everywhere, just random, like you're sitting next to him and it just like hits you in the eye. You're like, fuck, what the fuck?
I cut my hand and make a little toenail barricade. Like
you're like, I got this shit on lockdown.
So I might smack my hand on top, but it's gonna fall straight down. I know where to find it.
Right.
I've
put
got
that
a section.
Shit in the ashtray. That's where it goes.
I've got it all planned out.
Or people that pick their nose right in front of you, like they don't even like. It doesn't even matter that you're there, and then they're rolling the booger, and they're rolling that shit for like 10 minutes. It's like a fucking. It's
turned into a game.
And then where does it go? Flick that shit right on your floor. What the fuck is that?
I've never had anybody flick their booger on my floor.
What if they flicked it on you? I think that's grounds for an ass beating.
Yeah, I would have to.
I think I'm gonna kick somebody's ass. Isn't it like it's like you can go to like prison or something if you spit on a cop? So what does it mean if you flick a booger at me? I mean, that's your bodily fluid.
It could be just another
you're
person.
Going down.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure what the charge is, but if you get in an argument with somebody just randomly and
have you ever just been somebody ever just spit in your face? Have you ever had a girlfriend, ex-girlfriend, anybody do it? Spit in your face?
No, I've never had.
Okay, well, I've had a dude spit in my face, and I fucking waylaid his ass out on the floor. I beat the shit out of him with my curling iron, bent that shit all the crap. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Yeah. It was the only thing I had close. Hey.
Was it on?
It was off. It was no longer accessibly working after that. Yeah, broke that shit in his face. So he didn't ever spit on me again.
Multi-uses.
Yes, multi-use.
Money well spent.
Yes, very. Oh my God. Here's another gross thing.
Yes.
Okay, not you. So nobody be thinking anything like I'm talking about my baby.
I like the look you gave me. You're like, not you.
Well, it isn't you. But I've been with guys before you. Mm-hmm. Ew, they're spooty, that's stinky.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. That's like, you just ejaculated, basically, and you smell like shit, bro. I'm like, I'm not touching you.
Yeah.
Ever. We're never talking again.
You're
offensive. Your body odor and your spooty is fucking, we're done.
I was working with a girl and her boyfriend. She said that when he got off, it smelled like onions, really potent, strong.
And I'm allergic to those.
And you're allergic, so that would be great.
I'm allergic to you. Fuck off.
But she said that there was one time that he was masturbating in the shower, and she could tell because when she opened the door, she could smell it. Like it was that strong. Yeah, and come to find out, he had. I
wonder what's worse, that or onion breath.
Onion spooty or onion breath? I don't know.
Yeah, that's horrible. Next week's topic. No, I'm just kidding.
Bet your crotch is going to smell great next week. It's going to smell like a cheeseburger from McDonald's.
With extra onions. Onion ring.
But yeah, come to find out he had like a disease or whatever, and he went and they gave him some antibiotics and it got cleared up. So if your spoo really stinks, you might want to get yourself checked out because it could be something simple.
You've heard it here, folks. Dr.
Grizz.
Mm-hmm. Ew, what about the belly button test?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is
Some
for the guys.
Some girls be stinky.
Yeah, this is for the guys. I don't know. I think maybe not every guy does this, but I have done it before.
Clearly, it worked out well for me. Just saying.
And it's called the belly button test, and that's just basically where you're.
It's so stupid. Check your belly button.
No, that's because that's the stopping point.
Obviously, like you didn't tell them. You just tested their belly button.
If you're going down your girl and you hit her belly button and you can smell her shit, just go right back up. Like that's the belly button test.
And we don't mean literal shit. We mean the.
Yeah, her fucking crotch, basically.
I just look at you with a blank look. I'm like her. Like I don't want to finish the sentence.
You're trying to pantomime. You're like, this thing.
Yeah, I'm like doing circles. Cheerio.
But yeah, always gotta do the belly button test if that's what you're into. Like I personally loved going down on women.
Yes, he does love them. Not women. Oh, he just got abused again. This time.
We're covering a broad range here, but yeah. So that's.
It's important, apparently. It's important. Okay, so if I were a guy and I was going to go down on a chick, I would definitely not want to go down there if the shit was stinky. Or if it was hairy.
I've had that one time. I've had that one time and it was disgusting. But I was drunk and I was already committed.
Invest in a Venus, ladies. It works good.
Yeah, it's really depressing for a guy to go home with a good-looking girl and then she doesn't shave. Like it's a really.
You take the panties off and the bush just explodes in your face, or the armpit hair, and you're like, "Is this a guy?" I'm not confused.
Yeah, it was. I didn't go down on her. No. That would have been. You guys wouldn't be
You're
talking
like,
to me right now.
I would have died.
I'd probably still be trying to find my way out of that forest right now.
Oh my God.
It was bad.
That's ratchet.
But, hey, to each their own.
Uh-huh.
But,
Well, you know what? This is kind of grossing me out. So I definitely think I'm basically done. At least your spooty doesn't stink.
Yeah.
My belly button check obviously worked out well for both of us.
And your smoothie.
Yes, and I don't do the licky the face thing, and neither do you.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, but these are the things that gross us out about other motherfuckers. So if y'all are on the ones that are on the list over here, y'all need to, fix that shit, because nobody else can like it either.
Yeah, that's right.
So follow us on Twitter. Drop a sub, like the comment, whatever.
Like the comment.
Yeah, you can like the comments and like
now
the
I'm gonna
video.
have to leave a comment just for them to like.
Yeah. I feel like I put you on the spot to leave the comment so you can like it when you're done. And anyway, so that's about it. I don't know what else to say. That's
All right.
just disgusting.
All right, who's out, guys?
Bye.
Deuces.